So this week I want to talk to you about confidence and energy. I think they go together, and I believe in putting things together instead of doing like separate videos. So I'm just gonna like kind of do that when I have two different topics and like make them come together. So confidence, it's called self-confidence for a reason. It comes from you. No one else can help build your self-confidence. It's all on you. Basically, I believe that you are a magnet. And basically, you vibrate at a certain frequency. So that's why it's important to know yourself, love yourself, and vibrate at a certain frequency. That way you attract better things or, certain quality things. I believe in going back. I always say you got to go back in order to move forward. So I'll go back to my childhood. That way you know who you're getting this advice from. And I can tell you about my confidence and, who I am as a person. So I was born January 22nd. Won't tell you the year. My mom's due date was in December, but I came in January by C-section. Like I came at my own time. Like you're gonna have to take me. Like I do what I want to do. Basically, I brought this up because I have a rebel spirit. Like that's always been me. Like my mom will tell you, ever since I was little, I will tell you, no, I like this, I don't like that. Like I've always known who I was and like what I like. My grandmother used to say, I'm from the South. North Carolina. My grandmother was from South Carolina, but she would always say I have old people sense, kind of like I've been here before. So ever since I was a kid, I've always known myself very well. And it's so funny because it's like a lot of people don't even know themselves now. I told you before in previous videos that I believe in reincarnation. That's still something that I'm discovering. Like I'm still looking into this because different things, different visions have came to me, different dreams and stuff like that. It's like I saw myself like as a pharaoh before, like as royalty. So like some years back, I was on the internet. It was like a long time ago, probably like 15 years ago or so. I was on the internet and something was like, put in your name, Queen T. So I put in like Queen T or whatever. So what came up, my name is Tianka. The first letters are T-I-Y. So what came up was Queen Tai or T-I-Y. In the Egyptian dynasty. So now recently they put an E on the end, but it's T-I-Y. So the funny story is when my mom had me, I was supposed to be a boy. Of course, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, so she didn't have a name. Mom happened to be in the hospital with a lady that was supposed to have a girl, and she had a boy. My mom was supposed to have a boy, ended up having me a girl, so my mom didn't have a name. So she said, what were you going to name your daughter? She said, Tianka. She said, that's beautiful, I love it. Like, how do you spell it? So my mom's like, she kept thinking about it. And she asked her because she used the name. So that's how I came into my name, which is Tianka. Could it be ironic? Yes, of course it could be. But it's ironic because since I was little, I've seen myself like, I've always felt a connection to the Egyptians and stuff like that. But ever since I was little, I always had dreams and like visions of like another life. Of seeing myself and my family and like in a marriage. And it's just like, it's the craziest thing. So I'm like, this is so ironic. I wonder, because there is an air about me. Like a lot of people say I have this thing about me that's kind of like, I don't know, like royalty. That's what it feels like to me. And that's what it felt like in my dreams. The whole point of the story is because who knows if I could be reincarnated as that person. You don't know. You never know. Like I'm still going through life. Things are coming to me piece by piece. And I think that's the thing about reincarnation. It's like little glimpses. You'll get little glimpses of an old life and like old things and things will be familiar, even smells and people and things like that will come to you eventually over time. Like the whole point of living this life and being reincarnated is because you don't have all the answers up front. You're supposed to walk through this life as an experience and take everything that you can, and individually you get clues throughout the way. So that's the whole point of this story. I wanted you to know like who you're speaking with in terms of confidence, because for me, I never had a problem with confidence. It's like ever since I was little, I've always known and been headstrong about who I am and like how I feel and about beauty. And the thing is, I feel like beauty comes from within, like honestly. Like I've said before, you communicating with me, listening to me, this is my spirit that you're connecting with. It's not my face. You're having an experience with me with my spirit, not my face, not my body, not anything else. We're connecting spirit to spirit. So that's the whole point of this channel is I want other people to feel the same way that I feel. I want people to have confidence. I want people to believe in themselves, because that's what I take from the whole reincarnation experience. Like when I looked into Queen Tai, she was like nothing to be played with. Like the dynasty after her death, the dynasty actually went down. It was never the same. And it's just ironic. Like we have so many similarities. It doesn't make any sense. But I want other people to feel confident in themselves, to love themselves. That's number one. Because if you're a magnet and you don't love yourself, what are you going to attract? It won't be what you need. So it's like you have to match the vibration and the frequency of what you want. So if you want a loving partner, if you want a loving life, if you want good things to be attracted to you, you have to start within. You have to, if you're not there, you have to build yourself up. You have to love yourself and find out why you don't. If you have a problem with self-confidence, find out why. Go back. What happened to you? Did someone say something to you that you stuck? Like, for instance, if someone said you were ugly or you were stupid or whatever someone said to you, go back in time and just revisit that. Look at the person that was saying that to you. Look at their life. How is their life? I promise you, they probably aren't doing better than you, or, like, you have to look at who this information is coming from. So that means you're walking around with the opinion of someone else about yourself, and you're with yourself 24/7. Like, you got to stop. So look into the people that tell you things. Like, say, for instance, how was this person in history? How was their relationship with their parents? What was their upbringing like? Because a lot of damaged people actually hurt other people. You've heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. So it's time to take back that power and empower yourself and not let anyone else control you for the rest of your life based on their opinion. That's actually false. You aren't stupid. You are beautiful. You are none of those things that people say to you. After today, you can decide what you want to be like, what you want your life to be. However you feel about yourself, that's what you need to say. If you need to say affirmations, whatever you need to do to get yourself to where you need to be, that's what you need to be working on, taking this time to do. It's so funny because, we have all this time at home. I'm working from home now. And I live alone, so I'm by myself all the time. It actually feels like my childhood again. I was an only child. So I had to find time to entertain myself. I had to do things. My grandmother was big on education. She'd read a book. That was her number one thing. Read a book. Do something constructive. Like, that was her all day. So this life that we're living right now is really taking me back to my childhood. It's like you have so much time to think. You have so many things to do. It's just like it's time to find yourself. So just find yourself. Work on whatever you need to work on. I have my things. Everybody has their own things that you need to be working on at the present moment. Just use this time to build yourself up. I also want to talk about not comparing yourself. That's one of the number one things too about confidence. If you are confident in yourself, like if you know that you are beautiful, you are smart, you have a lot to offer, when you walk into a room, there is no competition. Like, the only competition that I have is me, who I used to be and who I'm working towards in the future. Like, when I walk into a room, I don't see anyone else. Like, it's no competition at all, like, period. Like, I don't care who is in there. Like, that's just my attitude. It's always been like that. And I remember when I first took, like, one of these psychology classes, I read about it's like the description of a narcissist. It's like different, it's like maybe 12 or something like that. And I almost had, like, all of them. I'm like, wow, am I a narcissist? But I was talking to one of my friends about it. And he's like, no, like, believing in yourself to a certain extent is necessary. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't believe in themselves or put themselves first, or it's a lot of things that people look at as being negative that's really positive. People need to really believe in themselves and understand the power that you have. My whole thing is, I'm a spiritual person. I told you that. I'm not religious. I believe in the divine, which is God. You can call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. I believe it's like different sources, like forces together. So my thing is, if you came from God, then you are God. Like, basically, God is within. I seen a quote recently. It was like, I looked for God and I only found me. I looked for myself and I only found God. Basically, it's all a connection. It's all within. Just like with your parents, you have their DNA in your body. So basically, to a certain extent, you are them as well. So it's like, you have to believe in the power that you have. God is powerful. You are powerful. I think that because we have been here on earth, and since the slavery and things like that, things have been set into place to make us feel oppressed, to keep us feeling down, to keep our heads down and working for someone else. It's a structure. The structure has monetary value. That's why it's still in place. That's why the people at the bottom make the less and the people at the top make the most. It's designed that way, to keep people down, to keep people not thinking for themselves. You see how we have this time now? Before, they didn't want you to have time. Now you have time because of what's going on. So now you can think about if you want to work for yourself, if you want to write that book, if you want to, whatever you want to do. You can really think about that and really apply your time and attention, because you're not slaving on someone else's job. You're not tired by the time you get home or when you get with your family. You have this time now for clarity. You have this time to go within and discover what you should really be doing, with your life. So this whole thing is a blessing. it's a blessing. Like a lot of people, yes, people are sick, people are dying and things like that. But I believe in balance in life. Everything good, there is a bad. So there's always a flip side to everything. So you just have to look at the positive. Always remain positive and be grateful and be optimistic for what's going on, no matter what it is in your life. I personally believe that we are powerful beings that came to this earth, reincarnated different lives, different times for the different experiences, the different things that we can put into the world. So I think a lot of people, because of, what happened, with slavery and things like that, a lot of people forgot and lost contact with who they are, their roots. When you take away the roots, how do you know who you are? It's time to start paying attention to your intuition and get back to figuring out who you are, who you're supposed to be, what your job here is, because we all have one. It's not ironic that you weren't born just because. Like, everyone has some type of purpose, no matter how big or how small it is. You see how now everybody is looking to the people that, the people at the grocery stores, the people at the doctor, the people that people used to look down on, or especially like, restaurant foods and stuff like that, or grocery stores. People used to look down on those people. The people making minimum wage. So guess who we're all relying on now? You can only leave your homes if you go to the grocery store or something like that. So guess who has to do that? The people that make minimum wage, or the people that will fight for minimum wage, or a little more than minimum wage. We are solely relying on these people now. They have the most important jobs now. It's not the politicians. It's not the athletes. It's not the actors and actresses. None of that. You see how much money they make. How are they helping us? How are they helping the economy? It's not them. They shouldn't be the highest paid. It goes to show you that this world is just like so backwards to me. That's why I always felt out of place. That's why I know that I was reincarnated. That's why I know that I don't fit in, because my thinking is so far ahead, because I've seen so many things. I've had so many lives. I want people to know and remember how powerful they are. Don't ever let someone else come into this right here and make you feel that you are anything less. You are powerful. You are a being, not just your mind, not just your body, not just what you have to offer. That's why I don't like the idea of people spreading themselves thin. I want you to really believe in yourself. I want you to know how powerful and how important you are. And I want you to find yourself. If you lost yourself and you lost your self-confidence, build it up. Listen to music. I love listening to Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's one thing about me. I may be, I'm celibate, so I may be celibate, but a lot of my songs that I listen to are sexual. Like, I love Tank. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I love that nasty stuff. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I still love to be sexy. That's my whole thing. I get sexy for me. I dress for me. Like right now I have on perfume. I'm in the house. I get dressed up and I put on perfume. I'm in the house by myself. This is for me. This ain't for anybody else. Like, I have to keep my sexy. Find ways to build your self-esteem if you have low self-esteem. Remember that your energy is everything. Your energy, people meet your energy before they meet you. I can walk into a room and not say anything and everybody's going to feel me. That's just how powerful my aura is. I mean, once you work on yourself and you work on your energy, that's just what it is. Like, it doesn't matter. And the thing is, you can have whatever you want. You can have whoever you want. The whole thing is, you are a magnet, so you need to draw them into you. The way you draw them into you is like, who are you? What do you have to offer? If you have low self-esteem and you feel like, oh, I can't get this job, or I can't do this, or I'm not enough, that's what you're putting out to the universe. Don't put that out. Like, work on yourself, build yourself up, step out there, believe in yourself, know that you can have and do whatever you want. Whatever it is, we don't all want the same thing, so that's the good thing about it. Go after whatever it is that you want. Be who you want to be. Live the life that you would like to live. I really believe in that. Look into the law of attraction. That really changed my life. Like, I used to think so negatively. I came across the Law of Attraction movie. I think it's on Netflix. And I also know that there's a book. I have the book. But like, just look into the Law of Attraction and The Secret. It would like teach you a lot more than I can break down, like in one couple minute video. So just look into that. Study that. One of the quotes that I love is by Rumi. What you seek is seeking you. Remember that. I always say that. Say that to yourself. What I seek is seeking me. Whatever I want, wants me. So, you have to really feel that. You have to believe it. That's another thing, too, that they didn't really go into about the law of attraction. You have to really feel what you want. You have to feel that you are worthy of whatever it is that you want. So you can't just say, I want this high-paying job or this position or this whatever. You have to feel that you're already that. You're already making the salary. Even if you're not, you already feel like you're making this salary. I should be here. This should be my job. It should come to me. Not I should come to it. Overall, I'm just touching it with you because I want you to know that you should always believe in yourself. Just in case for the people that don't. This might not resonate with everyone, just like all of my videos. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be for a select few. If this message is for you, receive it. If it's not, just let it be. But for the people that do have problems with self-esteem, the people that do need to, find themselves, just take this time to do what you're supposed to do, to get back to you. Love yourself, love one another. Like I always say, I always bring this up now more than ever because, the state of what we're going through, this whole pandemic. Just love everyone, love yourself, work on yourself, be patient with yourself. That's another thing too, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not an easy task for some people. Some people have more work to do than others, but you are capable of doing it. Love yourself, love each other, and just take care of yourself and stay safe and stay your ass in the house. Nah, for real. But until next time, just, love each other.